Different day, same spot. Oh, Christ, same issues with the camera. Oh, I'm listening to music. It's Rocket Man. Just love this song so much. This spot is still here. He keeps growing new friends in like under the same situation, and I know why, guys. My digestion's been off for the last couple of days. No, past couple of weeks. Well, literally it's been 2 weeks now that I've just been getting like real bad pain here and then not going to the toilet. You know. Here I am today with another video, and this one is all about exercise. Since starting to put out these videos, I've said in my previous video that I'm so grateful that people reach out to me. Where was I going with this? Okay. One of my main questions is always around exercise. People don't want to give up exercise. If you've read No Period Now What book, it very much suggests to give up exercise and to do nothing, just walk. I don't even know, they might say to do yoga as well, but I think it's more like restorative yoga rather than like power yoga. A lot of the reasons why we've lost the period is because we've probably done too much exercise. So there's this huge issue around like whether we should give up exercise. And the problem is if you are in that boat of potentially doing too much exercise, that's because you've kind of defined yourself in exercise, and without it you're a little bit unsure of who you are. It's become such a huge part of your life that without it it's a bit like, who are you? Me, especially, it became my identity, and I was a personal trainer as well, so it was very much like exercise defined who I was. I was Chloe, the gym one, like the fit one. I don't mean that in like damn fit, I mean that like she exercises a lot. Oh, I forgot where I was going with that. And to read something that you're like, you're going to have to completely get rid of your whole identity to be able to get a period, but while at this present moment not having a period isn't affecting you, you're just not bleeding, like you don't want kids and stuff like that, you're a bit like, well, no, like I'm not willing to do that. A lot of the time we don't ever action something unless we're really forced into it. So not getting any physical or at present issues from not having a period, it's very difficult to come to terms with the fact you need to change your lifestyle. I don't know where this is going. Anyway, I've lost where I was. Oh yeah, so one of my main, I can't, do you know what, I need somewhere else to film. I get so distracted by wildlife, it is ridiculous. But yes, I think I reckon I would say 80% of the questions that I'm asked are whether I still exercise or whether I had to give up exercise, something like that. So I think it's probably just best if I just address it in a video. And I've made notes. My journey with exercise is I started off my fitness journey running to try to be skinny, and then I started to see the weight loss, and then I loved it. Then I started to go to the gym, the gym, and started to do gym classes. Then I started to do like 2 gym classes a day. Then I went to uni and I did a 12-week challenge in a gym, and that's where it's like kind of started my gym love. I was a personal trainer in a local gym, and then eventually I was doing like HIIT in the morning, going back to the gym, doing HIIT again. It was very, very toxic and very, very intense, because you marry that up with the fact that I was eating like under 1,000 calories a day. Anyway, I became a personal trainer and was very much exercising. I then, but the fit one and the exercise one very much became, if you can hear that squeaking, it's my sofa. I didn't put the leg on properly when I first bought it, and it's been the karma ever since. I very much had a very unhealthy relationship with exercise. If I felt upset, I would exercise. If I felt angry, I would exercise. If I felt happy, I would exercise. Just exercise at any given opportunity. And unfortunately, it wasn't I never exercised to become really good at anything. What are you training for? And I was like, to be skinny. When I split up with my boyfriend and I came off the pill, I felt very much out of control. That's scary. I was in a relationship on and off for 8 years, and it was my choice to walk away, and I felt very, very certain in that decision, but I didn't know why I felt so certain. So I was like, what is going on? In that time, I then booked to go to Thailand by myself, and then I booked to go to Australia with a friend, and then I got offered a new job, and it was like, oh my God. But oh my God, my life is changing rapidly, and exercise was that one consistency. So I really dived back into exercise, and I was doing a lot of exercise. So But when my period didn't come back, I realised I had to start doing something to heal it, right? So I slowly started to like wean out the HIIT, and I got into gymnastics, and I decided I wanted to learn to handstand and all that fun cool shit, which like I can kind of now, but I never really got it. Meant my exercise, my workouts like actually slowed down in intensity and in terms of like calorie burn and stuff. When it comes to exercise now, I feel very, very grateful that I'm working with Renee McGregor, but there are a few key things that she says around exercise, and every other bit of research I've learned about if you want to get your period back. She's never told me to not exercise, but she has made me very, very aware that you've got to kind of look at your priorities, right? Start with, it's like looking at that reason of why are you exercising. So at the start of lockdown, I completely cut everything out, and I was just doing yoga and walking, and actually like my mental health plummeted. Just to put it out there, I haven't actually got my period back yet. Renee has told me that this could take up to 6 months, just because of how messed up my hormones were. Work out, do I really like exercise, or is this just something that I've forced myself to do? And then after the 4 weeks, it was like, oh my God, I need to do something. My best mate was like, Chloe, just go for a run. Just try it to see if, and I came back, and I very much did have the runner's high, but that made me realise, right, okay, actually I do view exercise as something for my mental health, and I do feel a lot better when I move my body. Renee did say that running is one of the most intense things that you can do for your body. So running potentially isn't the best thing that you can do. So I have actually cut out running now, and I have swapped it for walks and strength-based exercises. I just want to rattle off a few points. So point number 1, running is really, really intense, so is HIIT. So choose your workout wisely. Really try to avoid those really, really intense workouts. So that is your HIIT, so your 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, or your 40 seconds on, your 20 seconds off, where you're dripping and your heart rate's really high. Try to avoid those. Try to avoid running, especially long distance one. I'm currently working through a Sarah's Day Sweat It Reload program, which is actually very HIIT based. So what I do is to dial that back. So in burpees, I don't do the jump, for example. So I might still do a HIIT workout if you like, but I would just dial it back so it's just nowhere near as intense. So yeah, watch out on the intensity. I've never been told that I have to completely cut out exercise by Renee. Obviously there's lots of studies and the No Period Now Walk does suggest that you do. Make sure you're fueling your body and you're refueling your body. So what you eat before is really important, because obviously then you've got calories in you and carbohydrates in you to be able to perform in that workout. But also it can take up to 72 hours for our body to fully recover from exercise. So what we eat, so say we do a good workout, what we eat for 72 hours after that will play a huge part in how well we recover. I've never trained fasted, so I've mentioned this in last week's video, but I never make sure you have something in the locker, and always make sure that it is a carbohydrate. So you don't know, like I said last week, fasted is when you train before breakfast. Some days I'll wake up and my workout will be at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and some days I wake up and I do not want to eat, but I will never exercise on an empty stomach. And that goes for if I'm training in the afternoon, and I wouldn't choose to, I would always have a snack before that workout. It's really important that you're fueling either side of those workouts. And then when it comes to fueling and refueling, making sure that they are a carb source. So a banana is a really, really good pre-workout, or like a banana on rice cakes is a really good workout. Renee also suggests that sometimes a banana isn't enough. Sometimes you have to add in the rice cakes, and sometimes it has to be a little bit more substantial, especially when you're healing and when you're trying to get your period back, because a banana isn't actually, it's like, I don't know, maybe like 100 odd calories, or a moderate intense workout that might not be enough for your body to be able to get you through that workout. I said about asking yourself why you're exercising, haven't I? But I just want to go over that one again, of just making sure that you are exercising with the right intention. Like, is this going to make me feel better, or or am I exercising because I feel like I need to burn calories? And just weighing up that. And some days I might wake up and I will go to exercise and I'll go, I don't want to exercise, and then that little voice in me will go, well, you have to exercise because you have to burn calories. And sometimes I just do it anyway because that voice is too big, but then it's after that workout that I'm then like, why did I just exercise to burn calories? What's happened? And a lot of the time it's because I might have felt a bit stressed or out of control at work, or I don't know, a bad dream or something. You might have some bad news or something that was the reason. And if just by reflecting on that, it's like you then forgive the situation, then you move on, but you've noted it, right? So I'm working out because I need to burn 5,000 billion calories, and some days you will, some days you'll feel as if you've gone back a few steps, but don't worry about it. Like, that's all part of the journey, and you'll learn from that, and you'll start, the more you practice all these different things, and the more you become a bit more self-aware of how you're feeling on this journey, the more the actual quicker you're going to recover, because it's not about how many times you fail. It's like the bounce back rate. It's never like failure, you're always going to learn something from. It's just like energy, right? If whatever goes down has to come back up again. Yeah, not beating yourself up and just riding that wave, and just making sure you are doing everything you can to try to learn from every situation. So journaling really helps, just so you can get all your thoughts down. Oh God, I've got pins and needles again. I think it's the way I sit. I think I sit quite weird and it hurts. Another point is to realise that any kind of movement burns calories. So yeah, alright, you might not be doing any intense workouts, but if you're still walking and you're tracking it and you're like making sure you have to do that, that is still a workout. So really suggest that even if I go for a walk with a friend, say, to view that as if I am exercising. So making sure I'm having a snack before, or I've eaten a meal, a substantial meal, like relatively recently before I go for my walk, and then when I come back I still have a snack. There still has to be some element of using any excuse to eat, because what I have also seen a lot, and what I'm not an advocate for, is going completely the opposite way, you know. I still want to look good, I still want to feel good, I definitely believe, and I'm definitely still on the journey and working on that I am more than what my body looks like, but I still want to be fit and strong, and I still want to look in the mirror naked and go. And then finally, the big one is making sure that you are having rest days and you are properly recovering. Doing back-to-back workouts, say you're exercising 3 times a week and you do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's probably not an ideal way to go about it. I personally work out 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday now. Does that mean that for the other, I can't believe I just had to work that out, 4 days of the week I do nothing? No, I still walk, or I might do like a nice yoga flow or something, but it's definitely not like a strength workout, or, and when I say strength workout, it's not like squatting PBs, because if you watched last week's video, I don't really enjoy that. It's like resistance band workouts or like body weight work. Making sure that you are looking at optimum recovery and rest, so making sure you're getting enough sleep. If you are feeling tired, really listening to your body. And I think at the start of this journey, it's really hard to listen to your body, because a lot of the time that bad voice, if you like, is at the front of your brain of calling yourself a lazy fat bitch, and it's not necessarily ignoring that voice, it's just about like talking it and compromising with it, because I don't think that voice necessarily ever leaves you, but I think it's you kind of like just get a better relationship with it. So don't get me wrong, today when it's Saturday and I'm just went for a walk while I was on the phone to my family, catching up. I'm having Nando's with my best mate later, because it's open, and I'm having a wrap, corn on the cob and coleslaw, if you're wondering. If you've watched my last few videos, I've spoken about how I used to have Nando's and just a side salad. That I'm like, initially that voice might come in and go, well, if you're having Nando's later, you need to do some form of exercise. And sometimes, I won't lie, that voice wins. A lot of the time, now I'm in that state of like, I notice that voice, I'm like, come on mate, get a grip. Like, come on, I've done 3 days a week, I'm going for a walk, I'm still moving my body. It's a Nando's, for Christ's sake, I haven't had one in months. And you just kind of like talk to it as if you would your mate. Yeah, you can eat the food, yeah, you can reduce your exercise, but you need to become friends with that weird voice in here that tries to tell you different. And I don't think he'll ever necessarily be your mate, and I realise I'm probably being a little bit weird right now, but I don't think you ever need to become like best mates with them, but it's just like being able to talk properly with that voice, you know. That's my views around exercise, and that's like my approach to exercise at the minute. I hope that helps. I really, as much as I love getting the messages from everyone, I really struggle when people say, do you think I need to cut out exercise? I very much would never want to advise someone personally and directly what I think they should do, because everyone is so different. I don't know your background. I'm also not like trained clinically in any of this. If you do message me asking, should you cut out exercise, I'm probably gonna just say an answer that you're gonna be really disappointed in, which would be my biggest suggestion is you get professional help, and that I don't feel like I'm in a place to ask that. So I thought if I could just share like my approach and what I've learned from reading and my research, I don't know, it might help some people, but as what I always say, my foot's officially gone numb. As I say in all my videos, if you are going through this, research yourself definitely, but also don't be afraid to get help. Get your blood test done, make sure all your hormones, like actually see where your hormones are at, and you can definitely work with a specialist. So yeah, that's my approach to exercise. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and give me a little comment, and follow me on Instagram. And this pins and needles is getting bad. Remember last week when oh my god, it's getting painful. So I'm gonna go. Okay, bye. Ah, my lord.